You gonna do a Girl Scout cookie pitch?
This is,
Okay.
we're pitching for Girl Scout cookies.
Mhm.
This is got to be the #1 cookie in the country right now for a reason.
Yeah, hold the box up higher. Yeah.
It's the
Front.
Moa.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us about it.
Coconut, caramel, chocolate,
Mhm.
everything that you could ask for in a cookie right here. On the box, Girl Scouts.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's
The
great
box
too.
is out of the screen again.
If you could see that. So this is very good cookie. We recommend you picking up just a box or two or 3 or 4 or 5. You could do some other ones, but I recommend the Samoa.
It's a good ultra running snack.
It really is, and it'll
Yeah.
make you want some more of them.
Bam.
Yeah.
That's it. I think that was good. I think that was a good pitch.
If you would like to advertise on our podcast,
This Girl Scout, they don't do like advertising of their cookies.
yeah, the little girls go out there and beg.
Yeah, but like they don't like run an ad campaign. I don't see ads
think
for
so.
Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, I think they sell them.
I mean, the little girls, I guess, are advertising.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's marketing.
The best
They're
advertising.
marketing.
Yeah.
But they don't like run campaigns.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Yeah, but if they did,
Yeah.
that was the plug, and I think it was a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, welcome to another family style episode of the podcast. Obviously, it is me and Elaine and our afternoon coffees.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Hey, happy Valentine. It's Valentine's Day when we're recording this.
Yes, it is.
I haven't given Allie her gift yet because it's not here. Waiting for it.
Yeah.
You didn't know that until just now.
No, I didn't know.
Well, I ordered it days ago, but you can never know with these things.
No, you can never know with these things. Today
we'll cut that part out.
Okay. Today we're talking about ultra running and relationships and how ultra training and being an ultra runner can impact your relationship. And this was a topic brought up and suggested us by Oliver, who we love. We love Oliver.
Yes, we do love Oliver.
And feel free to share your suggestions of what you want to hear us chat about. So
wait. What I'm hearing is that Oliver is asking what running has done to our relationship.
Well, no, he did not ask that.
Now, listen here.
Oliver's trying to get our business.
Yeah, I'm feeling that now. I like this.
Get in our business.
I know about it, Oliver.
Pause. Please. Our dogs want to come into the podcast recording, so we're just gonna let them come on in.
Family style. Oh yes. They do not fight. No, you can't climb up.
Radar heard your pitch about the cookies.
No.
That's what she's here for. Good job, Dodger. You're gonna fall off the edge though. Help him. We have to throw that away. There you go, Dodge. Just stay there. Just stay there. No, I'm gonna edit all of this out.
Only the last 5 minutes. Okay.
And see. Okay. Well, then I'll ask you the first question.
Okay.
How has my training impacted our relationship?
Yeah. So I think, you brought this topic up to me, and I really have thought about it since. And how has it impacted? And I think we have a little bit different circumstances because for those of you who don't know, they're listening, we work from home.
We do.
We own our own business.
We do.
And that allows us a lot of freedom. And so we see each other daily, spend a lot of time together. And then we have running, the running that we do. And so we spend a lot of time together. And so when you go out running, a lot of times it gives me the opportunity, I would say, to spend a lot of time, thinking about, all the things that I could be doing to better myself and all those kinds of things. But really what I want to do is clean. Literally, when you go to the trails, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna vacuum.
Yeah, you turn on your vinyl.
I do. I listen to some records. I typically will listen to something Allie doesn't love, like Tammy Wynette.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Yeah, you don't love that. And I'll just vacuum and dust and clean.
Mhm.
And it's like just more doable when there's less people in the house, especially if you take Radar, because she is vehemently opposed to the vacuum cleaner.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So you're saying it's a positive.
I am. I mean,
But you are putting the disclaimer that we have a special
yes,
circumstance where we get to spend a lot of time with each other.
yes. And I mean, I've thought about it like this. Like when I used to work downtown every day,
Mhm.
and I left at dark. You would walk me to the bus or
Mhm.
the train or
Mhm.
whatever, and I came home and it was dark again.
Yeah.
And in those circumstances, if you were like the little time we had together, you were out running, I think that would impact me greatly. I think it'd be a
Mhm.
lot harder.
Mhm.
I would want to encourage, I would like to think that I would be able to encourage you and support your running. But I also think that it would probably be like, hey, let's trade off and you have to have a rest period.
Mhm.
I don't know though, because
Yeah.
or I don't know. I'm just guessing what I could feel like.
Yeah.
Um, but who knows? Because their circumstances are so different.
They are so different. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I love it when you go run. I think it's great because I
Hmm.
know how much I love running and what all it brings to me. So I always want you to go run when you're able, when you're feeling inspired, or if you want to train for a race. I'm really supportive of that. I don't think it takes away from our relationship. Um, but I also went through the reflection of like, it's not like it's just negative for you, for me to go and spend time out training. Like it's also some way in my mind a negative for me because like I'm missing out on time with my family,
Yeah,
which
that
is why
makes
I just
sense.
recently changed my running schedule that I've had for years. You have Monday off, you run Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday off, you run long on the weekends. And I switched it because of our amazing work schedule to where I run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, Friday, Saturday run, and then I have a whole weekend day
Okay.
just free
Yeah, I like that too.
because I didn't want to miss my family and I felt like I was missing out on time. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and then I've also been double strolling with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
which I think if you have kids and you're a runner, you got to take your kids with you
Mm-hmm.
because it's also giving your spouse a break, quote unquote, while you do your dumb hobby.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I think some of it too is it really depends on who your spouse is, your partner is.
Hmm.
Because I am someone, and Allie knows this about me, is I really crave quiet time.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm someone who doesn't even want the TV on in the house during the day or really a lot of noise on. We listen to
Elaine can only get her 15 minutes of quiet every
yeah,
day.
that's the running joke in the house.
Yeah, her 15 minutes of quiet that she would love to just
Yeah.
expand into 2 and 3 and 4 hours.
Okay.
I have learned how to just be in the quiet with you
Hmm.
and not, just give you that space. I think what I've seen in people that I've known and in relationships is it does go multiple ways. Like there's people I know I had this person on the podcast and they were, dude, and he had just recently had a kid. And I was like, oh, how has it impacted your running? And he was like, oh, it hasn't,
Mm,
but his wife hadn't run in the whole first year the kid was born. And
mm,
I think that can sometimes happen in relationships where partners aren't conscientious
mm,
of how much their running is taking away. I also see it sometimes when the non-running spouse just doesn't get it,
mm-hmm,
just doesn't understand why the person wants to run. And so they're actually just not supportive. Remember that documentary we saw about that guy that ran the Vermont 100?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
And his wife was like,
Yeah.
stop doing this,
Yeah.
basically. Like that was so crazy for both of us,
I know.
and sometimes that happens and I'm not gonna, whatever, it's your
Yeah. I
relationship.
don't know what it took to get them there. So I try to
Yeah.
like think maybe there was something more, but I can't. I've told you before, who am I to tell you to get on a goal that you have or a dream, especially if it's not harming yourself,
Yeah.
you know,
I also see it come up where like
if
it's
you're
a
doing
newer
good.
relationship. It's a
Mm-hmm.
newer relationship, but somebody, the ultra runners training for their 50 mile or 100, so they're gone on the weekends, right? 6, 7 hours, and then they're going to races or whatever. And it's hard on a new relationship.
Yeah.
And I think,
Yeah.
you want a partner that's supportive, right? Obviously, you're incredibly supportive.
Mm-hmm.
I just told you this yesterday how supportive you are of my running.
Thank you.
But you also want to be a thoughtful partner if you're the runner
Mm,
of like, yeah, this is my big hobby and this does take a lot of time and it's a lot of personal time. And how am I pouring into the relationship outside of that? And I found what happens is like there's not a lot of pouring into the relationship outside of that.
Yeah.
To like make sure, that you're giving the relationship space for you to go and run and you aren't just taking up from the relationship. Yeah.
That's kind of decent. Good.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So that's what I've seen in the relationship space. I've also seen ultra runners together. I once ran this timed ultra and it was like a looped event, and this couple held hands while they were running.
Oh God, no.
For like a long time.
My hands swell. I don't
No,
like that.
and they were like fast.
Really?
Yeah, and they held hands.
And then like, sometimes we fall.
We're just like gone down
I mean, maybe that's what it is.
Sickness and in health and in falling.
Go down with me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've seen that for sure. I've seen relationships blossom out of trail and ultra running.
Yeah, that's true.
Like there's these race directors, the ones that sent us the shirts, the hoodies that say like run with the flag on them and stuff.
Yes. You had that on this morning.
I had it on this morning. Vinny and Nicole, they met through running and they have a very cute like trail. Who are
Vinny and Nicole?
They run Happily Running, which is a race directing company. Yeah, they're very sweet. They're very sweet. I love them. I wish they lived closer. They'd be our friends.
Nice.
But they met through trail and ultra running and they seem to have a really lovely relationship. So
yeah,
find your person, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
That supports you and you support them.
Yeah, I agree.
That's how I feel about it. That was our hot topic.
Thank you, Oliver,
for the suggestion. Yeah, send us topics to talk about. I did want to mention that I was incredibly sad to see that Kelvin Kipton died. Yeah, he was hit by a car, or he's in a car crash. With his coach. I know, which is also sad. I feel like no one's talking about the coach. Like that guy coached him. Yeah. To break world record.
I don't know what anyone's talking about, but maybe in the coaching spaces they are.
They're not. No one's talked about it. So not that I've seen. Okay, I'm sure someone has talked about it, but like, yeah, obviously that's like a tragic loss for the running community to just think of the potential that was just like lost. So yeah, it makes me sad every time I think about it. Yeah. So
what's the
because he won Chicago.
I know. I watched it.
I know. It's really sad.
It's tragic.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to their families.
I know.
I'm so sorry. Stink into the running community.
And I think, just be happy that you're still running, I guess. Yeah. When your run sucks this week.
It's true. I tell that all the time. Ellie, what do I say about running?
Okay. Well, why you're thankful that you have legs to run? Now, and why do you say that?
Because my grandmother only had one leg. Okay.
She had me text this to our friend Joe the other day, who was complaining about running, and he was like, "That's so helpful. Yes, I'll be thankful because Elaine's grandma had one leg." That was so.
I'm so thankfully just moved by it.
I don't know. It seemed pretty sarcastic.
Okay, Joe.
He knows what he did. He knows what he did. Yeah, we're always thankful to be able to run.
Yeah,
even when it's crummy.
That's true. There's never. It's not like I ever go out there and regret it. Though one time, Allie and I, we just got back from a long road trip. I think we'd ridden out to Vermont.
Yeah, it was Portland.
Maine. Yeah, that's what it was. And we had stayed in a yurt. Anyway, there's a lot to that.
There's a lot. Yeah, we'll come back to that.
We were tired, and our butts were sore
because we had driven like 12 hours. Yeah. Because we thought we always do this with our long road trips. We think we're going to split up the last day into 2 days.
We just have to go home.
And then we're just like 12, 13-hour day. Let's just drive home. Let's just go. And so our butts were sore.
Yeah.
But we still were going to run the next day.
Yeah. And so we wanted to run the next day. And so, I don't know. It felt like something happened to our bodies. And so it's like, I don't know if it was like we sat too much or something, but like.
It's like moving through molasses. It was so bad.
My insides were ajar. It was a terrible feeling. We both I think we ended up only running a mile, and we
did 2 miles.
Well, we complained the whole way.
The whole time.
I mean, we laughed. I didn't even know if my legs were moving.
Yeah.
So.
And we thought we were at least doing an okay pace. And then I looked and for us, it was not a great pace.
It wasn't great. It wasn't our best run.
It was not our best run. It was one of our crummiest runs, but we still went. We laughed about it.
Yeah, that's something that I have learned. And you and I have shared this before, is that sometimes, just the slight uncomfortableness, you don't want to be too uncomfortable because then it's just too much of a bad memory, but if you can create a good memory and be a little bit uncomfortable, I think those are, like I think that's what makes camping so memorable.
Yeah.
As part of it, it's just like you don't have all your comforts. It's, part of it's not the access, but
Yeah.
anyway,
I mean, that's kind of why people do ultras.
No, that's suffering.
No, it's just a little discomfort.
No,
it's just a little discomfort.
I've seen the toes.
And think of the memories that can come. Okay. I don't think you need to be throwing glass houses and stones with your toes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to tell people that one?
Elaine is currently recovering from a busted toenail situation.
But you said the glass houses thing.
No, I don't want to explain it. I just want to put that out there and leave that just unexplained. Like, don't throw glass houses if you live in a glass stone or something.
Yes, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Please.
So Elaine should not be doing that right now because she has a busted toe, not even from ultra running.
Okay, I wanted to get a chair in the house.
Yeah, and you dropped it on your toe, and she's still recovering. And that was like months ago.
Yeah.
Like 5 or 6 months ago. Okay, so all I'm saying is you can deal with a little suffering. This is my slow con into making Elaine run an ultra. But if she wants to run, I'd support her. If she doesn't, I support that too.
I'm sure.
But also you should do it.
What's comparable, like the Chicago Marathon comparable to an ultra?
No, because there's not all the people. You know, there's no ultra where there's that many people.
And it's so motivating to run away.
Actually, there might
be all the people.
Yeah.
That's what
that's what you're doing the whole time.
That's why you break records. You're like, oh my God, get me out of this.
Running away from some people. But like you're saying we have made several memories from discomfort that we laugh about. And I mean that ultra, it's like it's discomfort and you laugh about it later.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. I think he does.
You're pitching your own thing.
No, I'm not. Mine is so like less discomfort.
It was only 2 miles.
Mine is comfort and like discomfort's even strong. Like when we go camping, we have very nice amenities. We'll be camp. Yeah. So I don't
not that much discomfort.
I don't want to be like not knowing what I'm doing. Like I've seen people when they're running like 100 miles.
Yeah, you know, like doing the
side lane,
the lane,
or me having to tell people like how to do something. I'm like, God, like no, I have to be able to do.
Or like being able to twist your bottles open.
Yes, like this, or getting, what was it one time I was trying to help someone with their batteries in their headlamp, and I was like, this shouldn't be an impossible task. Like I don't know if you should go back out.
It shouldn't be an impossible
concern for you.
So that's the parameter of discomfort.
Yeah, and then we're putting you all back out there in a delirious state. I don't want to feel that way. I know it's just too miserable. Have you ever been like camping when you were younger, maybe, and it rained the whole time? Your family had a really shitty tent. That's what it seems to be. Like an ultra is, but way longer.
It's like ultra running. It's like camping in a shitty tent.
Yes, it's like camping in the rain, in a thunderstorm,
in a shitty tent.
Yeah.
You're pitching it. I think we should put that on the sticker.
You think you should? Yeah, exactly.
This is what you want to experience.
Well, the number one response that we get when people find out Allie runs ultras is, why?
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 And what do you say? Because Allie likes to suffer.
Yes, because there is all of you who do this, I think must enjoy a dabble in suffering or something. A dabble in suffering. I don't know. It's I think road running is hard enough for me. And when I get out there in the trails and I'm jumping tree roots and things of that nature, I get so much slower.
Well, they have road ultras.
Yeah, that sounds miserable to my knees.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Listen, look, check out our website. I tell exactly how it is about how I like to run.
Within your parameters.
Within my parameters.
Speaking of which, you went on 2 runs in the past week.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
In like 6 months, you went on a run by yourself. And then we went on a double strolling run. How are you feeling about getting back in the swing of things?
Yeah, I think I felt better than I thought I would. Thought it was going to be like a big bummer. Because like when you have to start out I haven't ran in 6 months.
Yeah.
And so it makes you feel like you're starting out at square one, which I actually think that's a really good topic for a podcast. When you have to start from square one. Because I think a lot of us do, whether you're coming back from an injury pregnancy, post pregnancy, post surgery, whatever. Post just taking some time
Yeah,
away,
I think people
years
that
away,
come back and
whatever it
just like,
is.
oh, I ran 5 years ago and then I stopped.
Right,
Whatever
yeah.
reason, and then are coming back to it. Yeah. So sometimes it's
Absolutely.
like no reason at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So, kind of just like what it looks like
Mhm.
to start at square one. We
Yeah.
should have a conversation about that. So stay tuned,
Stay
y'all.
tuned for the next family style, because we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about both of our journeys back into running
Mm-hmm.
and forays into it and what has happened. And double strolling. We'll talk about double strolling.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We should ask the people for something and read it on here because that's like what you do in a podcast.
What are we ask them for what? What are
I
we
don't
asking?
know. Yeah.
Oh, they can tell us their stories.
Ooh.
Ooh, their
There we
advice
go.
for people
Ooh.
getting back into running. So email
Ooh, I
me,
love that. That's beautiful.
shoot me a
My wife.
DM, whatever, about your advice and tips on getting back into running. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
great idea.
we'll share that advice on the next Family Style podcast.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. Bye,
Thanks,
y'all.
y'all.
Great job.